I was sitting at home one day. My Aunt Melly and my mom went to my graduation at boot camp.
Gotcha.
They got the pictures of me in my green uniforms with a cap, and that was a picture of my whole, company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Melly calls me up and says, "Mark, I got some old pictures of you back in the service. I lost all my ones in Vietnam." So I said, "Yeah, send it to me." I pulled that picture out of the envelope. She sent it to me, took one look at it, threw it in the trash.
Oh, no.
I threw it in the trash.
Oh no.
And I was crying.
Oh,
And my daughter Stacy walked up and said, "Dad, why did you throw that in the trash?"
oh boy.
And you know what I told my daughter? Because they're all dead.
Oh boy.
Everyone in that picture except me is dead.
I know.
You know what
still
my
remember.
you know what my daughter told me? She said,
You-
"Mark, do they all have families?"
Yeah.
You know what I said? "I don't know."
So you got guilt
She
syndrome.
said, "You may be the only person to ever remember them."
Right.
And I thought
Where are
about
you
it.
at in the picture, if you don't
I
mind me
took
asking?
it out of the trash. Wait, I'm gonna finish it.
Okay.
And I hung it up there. Now, you ever watch the movie Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember Bubba?
Yeah.
Bubba is in that picture. The real Bubba that they made the actor portrayed over. He's the big black guy sitting right next to me, and they put him out in lead, and he was a good target, right?
The one with the hat on or the one without the hat on? There's two black men at the front.
He's right there at the top on the right, and that's me right next to him.
Okay.
They put the tallest in the back and the shortest in the front.
Okay.
And he was the one, his family was shrimpers, and he talked like that and everything, like just like the guy in the movie. He's dead.
But you're saying all of them dead.
Well, they all were infantry, went to Vietnam.
Right.
I went from boot camp to Fort Eustis to helicopter repair school. You understand?
1971. How old was you then?
Oh, God. I went in service on my 17th birthday.
Wow.
I joined. I didn't get drafted.
Wow. Wow.
But that's that picture you sent me.
So you had guilt syndrome. My dad went through the same thing. He was supposed to went into the Battle of the Bulge, and he was already in the planes going over there to the Battle of the Bulge, and he wound up getting a bad appendix infection, and he had to get operated on, and that was the only thing that saved his life. He got on temporary sick leave, and the people that he was with at the time, which was up in Washington State, called the Chiefs, 2nd Infantry.
I was sent.
Every one of them got killed in the 2nd Infantry. So whenever he done his time and finally got out of World War II, he had to live with that the rest of his life. God, why in the world did my life get spared, but about 250 other men died?
Oh boy.
You know what leeches are, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I was sent in because there was a North Vietnamese colonel that was breaking the Geneva Convention and torturing
Right.
people, whatever. They bombed him and everything. They had tunnels and everything. They couldn't get this sucker. They sent me in there to get his ass. He was making love to a woman. He lifted his head up, and I put one right between his eyes.
There you go.
Had the entire brigade looking for me. I had 72-hour pickup. Be here in 72 hours or be gone.
Right.
I was in the swamps for 3 days.
With
And
leeches
when I
eating
got
on you.
out, every piece of my body was covered in leeches.
Oh,
my
my God.
penis, my eyelids,
Oh my
everything.
God. Oh my God.
They sent me to Saigon in a hospital. They were using something like a stick match,
Right.
touching them, they
Right.
sizzle them, and they get them off.
Right.
They didn't have enough. They ran out. So they sent me from there to Okinawa to finish getting them off me for over a week. Those
It's-
suckers were sucking on me. I'm going to tell you, you want to talk about PTSD, don't get in a boat with me and bring a leech. I will fly out of that boat.
I imagine. I just imagine that almost took your life right there, didn't it?
I can't wear a seatbelt. I have a medical thing I keep in every
Sure,
one of my
sure.
cars. I'm not against seatbelts, everybody else, but if I used to put them on and the cop went by and I'd
Right.
be,
Right.
and just feel it off.
You was having kind of like a phobia, kind
I
of like a
can-
phobia.
You can come up and give me a quick hug, but if you hold me and don't let me go, I'm going to go ballistic on
Yes,
you.
sir. I understand. Incredible story. I appreciate you telling that. I really do.